Amendment Bill. Our education system in the 21st century certainly needs to be dynamic and flexible, and this bill will go some way ensuring that happens and that these changes keep up with our education system. The bill itself does it in a number of ways, firstly by adapting the police vetting system that is required of non-teaching staff employed at schools that may have unsupervised access to children during school hours, and secondly, the bill introduces an information sharing between the Ministry of Education and the Teachers' Council, which will finally, Mr Speaker, close off a loophole for ongoing unregistered teachers. With regards to the police vetting of non-teaching staff, this also makes mandatory the police vetting of anyone 17 years or over at a homeschooling situation. In fact, these requirements around the police vetting apply to early childhood education centres, primary schools, intermediates and secondary schools. Additionally, the responsibility for these police vets are required to be initiated by the management team or the Board of Trustees, depending on the school type, and is required to be conducted within 4 months of this bill becoming law. After that, no longer than 2 weeks after starting work in any future case, a person is likely to have had unsupervised access to children. This government does take education seriously, and in doing so has set educational achievement as our children's number one priority and number one priority for the country. That being the case, we recognise the importance of a first-class education system and first-class conditions for our children and our teaching staff. In conclusion, Mr Speaker, I would just like to make the point that it really does highlight the importance of a policy such as national standards to improve our children's education, literacy and numeracy. It is important that we place that as being a touchstone as to the quality of our education. So education is a powerful force. It transforms people's lives for the greater good. And on that basis, Mr Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
I call Calvin Davis.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, the Labor Party supports this bill, although